War is a reciprocal. War is a reciprocal armed conflict between two or more entities and discordant alliances, where the goal is to reorganize the geopolitical landscape to achieve desired and self-designed outcomes. Conflicts arise when a group feels frustrated in their pursuit of significant goals. One of the most important wars of this era is the Palestine-Gaza war. The Gaza Strip, located between Palestine and Egypt, has been a recurring flashpoint in the conflict between Israel and the Palestinians for years. Israel occupied the Gaza Strip in 1967 and did not withdraw its forces and settlers until 2005. Israel imposes strict restrictions on the movement of goods and people to and from the Gaza Strip, measures it claims are vital for its security. What are the goals of both parties? The main and declared goal of Israel is to stop the firing of rockets from Gaza forever. Israel claims it seeks to destroy Hamas's network of tunnels connecting Gaza to Israel and aims to disarm the Gaza Strip in the long run. Hamas militants kidnapped Israeli soldier Gilad Shalit after ambushing Israeli soldiers through one of the tunnels in 2006. The following morning, after the Israeli army launched a ground assault, Israeli soldiers stopped 13 militants who had used one of the tunnels to infiltrate Israel, believing they were planning an attack on a nearby Jewish settlement. Hamas's political leaders have confirmed that they will not cease fighting until the blockade on the Gaza Strip is lifted. But the political wing of the movement stated it would accept a truce if the following conditions were met. Israel stops all acts of aggression in the West Bank, Jerusalem, and Gaza. It commits to the ceasefire agreement reached in 2012. Stop attempts to obstruct the newly formed Palestinian National Unity Government. Release the detainees who were previously freed in exchange for a general amnesty in 2011 but were recently rearrested. How do civilians endure the brunt of the attacks? Gaza Strip is small in size but has a large population, and Palestinian officials say that many casualties have occurred due to aerial bombardments in residential areas. Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas accused Israel of committing genocide, while the densely populated organizations or direct attacks on civilian homes could violate international law. Israel stated that the homes it bombed belonged to prominent militants and served as command centers for coordinating rocket launches. It added that militants deliberately launched rockets from civilian areas and stored rockets in places such as homes, schools, and hospitals. Israel also pointed out that the hundreds of rockets fired randomly into its territory directly threatened the safety of civilians, and long-range missiles were fired towards residential areas such as Tel Aviv and Jerusalem, in addition to other cities in the far north. Human rights groups stated that the indiscriminate firing of missiles threatens the lives of civilians and constitutes a war crime. How did the two parties end their previous wars? Israel launched a ground attack in December 2008 as part of what it called Operation Task Lead. Israel stated that this operation was a response to rocket fire into its territory. The operation ended with Israel announcing a unilateral ceasefire after 22 days, claiming it had achieved its objectives completely. The number of Palestinians killed in this operation was estimated to be around 1,300, most of whom were civilians. Additionally, 13 Israelis were killed, including 4 soldiers who were killed by friendly fire. Furthermore, Gaza's infrastructure was significantly destroyed. 4 years later, Israel launched an operation called Pillar of Defense with the aim of stopping rocket fire and limiting Hamas's ability to carry out attacks. After 8 days of the operation, Egypt mediated a ceasefire agreement that included a promise from both sides to stop the attacks. At least 167 Palestinians and 6 Israelis were killed in this operation.